bringing them kiosks. They bringing them self-checkouts. They got robots around this joint making pizzas and making shakes. They about to get rid of you. You about to get caught slipping. What's going on, guys? It's your girl Techjob Tina checking in. Today is Monday, man. It's the start of the week. I wasn't even going to record a video today, but an experience I had while I was out and about prompted me to do this video, man. So you guys hear me always talking about how you need to upskill, how important it is to, even the skill stack and just whatever you got to do, man, to put yourself in a better position for your family. You need to do it, right? So I'm always talking about that because I believe in it. I really feel we're getting to a spot in the world where it's basically like, look, you upskill or die. That's how serious it's about to get. And I think a lot of people don't realize that's the direction that we're going in. So today I was out and about. I went into a gas station, right? And when I got into the gas station, it was pretty busy, right? I went in there to pick up a couple of snacks, use the bathroom, do all the stuff we do when we go to the gas station, right? So when I'm coming back with a few items that I have, excuse me, I get to the front where the registers are, right? So let me paint the scene for you. The Sprint. So if anybody has been in a Sprint gas station, you know how they have like the food section up at the front. It'll usually sit to one side of the cash registers. So paint the picture for you. I'm going to the front with my stuff I want to check out. Over here on the food section, there's one girl. She's like serving what looks like some truck driver. She hooking them up with their fried chicken or whatever they're getting, right? And then over here by the cash registers, there's two women over there talking to each other, having a conversation about everything but work, right? And then they got like 3 self-checkouts right in the middle between the food station and the cashiers. There's a set of self-checkouts in the middle, right? So there's one guy using the self-checkout. So there's 2 open self-checkouts at the front, right? So when I go up, I was like, oh, the first thing I'm thinking is, well, y'all, these 2 women, y'all ain't doing nothing but talking. I'm going to get you to check me out, right? So I go over to them, and I kid you not, the look on their faces said, why are you not using the kiosk? That was the look on their faces, man. I read faces well. I swear to you, they was looking at me like, why are you not using the kiosk? Mind you, they were not doing anything but talking, right? So they went ahead and they checked me out, and I left, right? And I bring this up to say that a lot of y'all are giving away your jobs, right? Do you think the Mr. Gas Station owner doesn't know that these 2 chicks want to stand around and talk and lollygag, and they steadily pushing people to the self-checkout? That behavior is why they got the self-checkouts in the first place, man. So all this stuff we seeing with the kiosk and the self-checkouts and all this is just the beginning, right? This is like they taking baby steps because the ultimate plan is to replace you. They just haven't got the whole plan together to replace you 100%. So the self-checkout, that's just the beginning. Another thing too, if you guys, you probably seen this if you're in Walmart. Walmart has it has this machine that is automatic, self-running. It cleans the floors. It's about waist high, and if you're in there, it's going aisle to aisle by itself, cleaning the floors, right? It's like a big ass Roomba, basically, right? If you're in Walmart, you've probably seen that. Another example of a job that's taken away. Well, Walmart doesn't have self-checkouts forever, so we already know about that. You got more self-checkouts now than you got people on cash register. It used to be you had more people on cash registers and you had a few self-checkouts, right? Because that was the beginning stages. And then as time progressed, they got more and more and more and more checkouts. Eventually, you're going to go to the store and there ain't going to be no people. The only people they're going to have, they might have somebody at the door just making sure nobody is stealing. But you're going to start going into these stores and ain't going to be no human cash people at the cash registers. You just know everything gonna be self-checkout, right? And that's the direction that we're going in. And people don't understand. They are giving away their jobs, pushing. Now, you go into a fast food place right now. They want you to use the kiosk. Why you want me to use the kiosk? You standing at the front desk, you're not doing nothing, but you want me to use the kiosk. It's the stupid stuff like that, right? I'm telling you, man, iRobot and them, is coming for those simple jobs. And I say all that to say this. That's why it's important for you to upskill. You want to get yourself in a position where you're not in danger of losing your position to artificial intelligence or to robotics or whatever, right? Because I'm going to tell you, iRobot and them, you don't got to worry. iRobot and them will work all night and all day. iRobot and them do not need no health insurance. iRobot and them does not come to work with an attitude. iRobot and them does not ride the clock. iRobot and them does not call in sick so they can go to the Beyonce concert. iRobot and them don't be doing none of them shenanigans that y'all are doing. And these companies know that. And they're trying to figure out a way to completely get rid of you altogether. Now, I'm not saying that technology is bad. All I'm saying is you got to peep game and move accordingly so you can plan for yourself, plan what's best for your family, do what you got to do so that you can be on the right side of technology. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing everything in my power to make sure I'm on the right side of technology. And I'm going to be honest with you, man, a lot of people going to get left behind because they not doing what they need to do to upskill. And it's going to be those same people that's out there picking in, talking about they want $20 from McDonald's and they want, $20 from Starbucks. And what you think going to happen, right? Okay, Starbucks and Mr. McDonald's and Mr. Burger King and Mr. Popeye's Chicken, they all gonna get behind closed doors and they're gonna be like, how can we make sure this never happens again where people are outside picketing and we're losing money? What can we do? Oh, I know what we can do. We can have Mr. iRobot, the Popeyes crew member, and Mr. iRobot come work at McDonald's and Mr. iRobot over here at Starbucks. That's all they're going to do. So every time people get out there and they want to demand, we're picketing. We picketing. Every time y'all get out there, they get in the room and figure out how we can get rid of this. We're going to fix this. Picketing. You can picket all you want. They're going to figure out a way. They don't need you anymore, right? So if you're in those types of jobs and you see what's happening around you, open your eyes and look to see what's happening around you, right? They bringing them kiosks. They bringing them self-checkouts. They got robots around this joint making pizzas and making shakes. They about to get rid of you. You about to get caught slipping. So you might want to go ahead and get your skills up so that you can get on the right side of technology, right? All right, so let me read this article. I'm going to share this with you guys right quick. All right, so this article that was released recently by Business Insider titled ChatGPT may be coming for our jobs. Here are 10 roles that AI is most likely to replace, right? AI could threaten some jobs, particularly white collar ones, they say, particularly, right? And this is AI. We ain't got into robotics and everything, right? The robotics is coming for the blue collar, the manufacturing jobs, those service jobs. Robotics about to come in there and fix all that. So back to this article. It said it could do so by automating mid-careers, mid-ability work. So they compiled a list of 10 jobs that technology could replace. And this is not immediate, but this is what they forecast to be coming, right? So let me scan through this article right quick. It says by 2030, nearly 12 million Americans in occupations with shrinking demand may need to switch jobs. A McKinsey analysis published in July found it said AI was deemed a key reason. McKinsey estimated that 30% of hours worked in the U.S. could be automated by 2030. That's a big deal, man. This is coming. Right now, man, we in the early stages of all this artificial intelligence, and my mind is blown already just looking at the early stage stuff, right? And this is just like the tip of the iceberg, people. Tech jobs, coders, computer programmers, software engineers, data analysts. Let's see here. Coding and computer programming are in-demand skills, but it's possible that ChatGPT and similar AI tools may fill in some of the gaps in the near future. Tech jobs such as software developers, web developers, computer programmers, coders, data scientists are pretty amenable to AI technologies, displacing more of their work. And that's because AI like ChatGPT is good at crunching numbers with relative accuracy. And it says, in fact, advanced technologies like ChatGPT could produce code faster than humans, which means that work can be completed with fewer employees. And we know that's what these companies want. They want They want more production at less cost, right? I mean, this if I was a business owner, I can't be mad at them. I'd be wanting the same thing, right? So what you need to do, you need to get yourself on the right side of technology. What does that mean in this situation? Say you're a coder. If I was a coder, and don't let me go back to telling y'all my story about how I want to be a coder, but if I was a coder, I'd be trying to get up on this machine learning right now. I'd be trying to understand this artificial intelligence. I'd be trying to get on that side of technology so that my skills are still needed, right? You don't want to be on the wrong side of this thing, people. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Other jobs, they said media jobs, advertising, content creation, technical writing, and journalism. Media jobs across the board, including those in advertising, technical writing, journalism, and any role that involves content creation may be affected by Chat GPT and similar forms of AI. We're already seeing that right now, right? And as far as the content creation, I can't necessarily say it's a negative or a positive, but we're already seeing like artificial intelligence take over on the content creation side. There are channels right now that are basically put together by artificial intelligence, right? From the voice they use to the art that you see, from the music that you hear. You have all of these apps that are like AI driven that you can do things easily, quickly, and seamlessly. I mean, some of the things I use, even for my own content creation, are kind of artificial intelligence for real. I mean, I use Chat GPT for things, and there are also like other things that I use. I even think maybe even Opus Clip maybe even use some of that artificial intelligence technology for it. So you got lots of stuff out there that are becoming more widespread, right? And especially when it comes to things like journalism. How many people are going to Bard or Chat GPT and saying, hey, Chat GPT, write me a 5 sentence XYZ for ABC. And then within seconds, boom, you got it, right? So these things are definitely kind of affecting us in everyday life, right? May not really be thinking about it, but people are using these things. And the technology is great, but you got to understand, the more you use the technology, the more the technology figures out a way to improve, get better. And a lot of times we may be on the short end of the stick on that, right? So just always be mindful. Technology is great. It has great advantages, but it also has disadvantages as well. Because there's always something has to be given up in order for us to progress, right? Legal industry jobs, paralegals, legal assistants. Generative AI can impact legal workers in the US. That's because legal service jobs had already been highly exposed to AI automation before the advent of new AI tools. Like media roles, jobs in the legal industry, such as paralegals and legal assistants, are responsible for consuming large amounts of information, synthesizing what they learn, then making it digestible through a legal brief or opinion. Can you imagine how much time they're going to save when they unleash artificial intelligence on the legal world? Let's see here. But again, AI won't fully be able to automate these jobs since it requires a degree of human judgment to understand what a client or employer wants. Yeah, that's true. But a lot of those back end behind office things, they can automate those, which means they'll be able to cut down on hours, right? Market research analysts. AI is good at analyzing data and predicting outcomes. That is why market research analysts may be susceptible to AI-driven change. Market research analysts are responsible for collecting data, identifying trends within that data, and then using what they found to design an effective marketing campaign or decide where to place advertising. Oh, check this out. Teachers, right? I'm not surprised by this one, right? We're kind of already tipping towards that way, especially after the pandemic when all of our kids were at home, right? On those computers, learning from their computers. So just imagine now, what if your kid went to school and there was no physical teacher in the classroom? They went to school and they got taught by, Mr. Sims, the robot, right? You got a robot, he wheeling in there up at the front of the classroom. He's about to teach your kids for the day, right? And you know why I can see this even more now? Think about all the violence in the school. I mean, as a teacher, there's no way I would be a teacher today. You damn near got to be a bouncer to be a teacher these days. Well, all these kids, these disrespectful kids, like, I mean, committing acts of violence against their teachers, being disrespectful. I mean, we're in a whole different generation. Like the things these kids do in these classrooms, I never would even it would never have crossed my mind, right? To be as disrespectful as some of these children are. So, if anything, I think they probably working on this like quick, fast, and in a hurry because nobody's rushing to go be a teacher these days. And there's always teacher shortages. Nobody wants to mess with these badass kids. And I can definitely see this for sure. So let's see what they said about the teachers. Teachers across the country are worried about students using Chat GPT to cheat on their homework. Let's see here. But they should also be thinking about their job security. Chat GPT can easily teach classes already. Although it has bugs and inaccuracies in terms of knowledge, this can be easily improved. Basically, you just need to train the Chat GPT. And that's what we're doing. That's why they made Chat GPT so readily accessible to us for free, because we are helping to train it by the questions that we're asking. Millions and millions of people are typing things into those prompts and asking different things. It is learning, right? So we're basically helping it. And many of us realize that, but many of us don't. We think, yo, this is just great technology. And it's pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie, but I understand. I see the downside of it, right? Finance jobs, financial analysts, personal financial advisors. There's like market research analysts, financial analysts, personal financial advisors, and other jobs in personal finance that require manipulating significant amounts of numerical data can be affected by AI. AI can identify trends in the market, highlight what investments in the portfolio are doing better and worse, communicate all of that, and then use various other forms of data by, say, a financial company to forecast a better investment mix. These analysts make a lot of money, but parts of their job will be automatable. Next, traders. Man, we already got AI bots out there, right? People are coming up with AI bots to do the trades and things like that, right? We already got that happening, right? Experts say Chat GPT could upend jobs across a range of Wall Street industries, from trading to investment banking. Man, can you think about the thousands and no, back that up, millions and possibly billions of dollars the industry could save if they just did away with traders and replaced them with artificial intelligence? Let's see. It's going to automate select tasks that knowledge workers are engaged in today so that they can focus on higher value tasks. Let's see here. Wall Street roles could be in jeopardy. At an investment bank, people are hired out of college and spend 2-3 years to work like robots and do Excel modeling. You can get AI to do that. It's crazy, y'all. Next, graphic designers. We see this happening already. When you go into, what was the one everybody was going crazy about lately, where you put in a prompt and it makes all this beautiful art for you? I forgot the name of it. I even tried it out myself. It was pretty cool. Where you go in here and, hey, draw me X version of this in anime style, and then within minutes it just gives you back an image. Oh yeah, when I saw that, I was like, oh no, graphic design, y'all in trouble. And a Harvard Business Review posted in December 2022, 3 professors pointed to DALL-E, an AI tool that can generate images in seconds, as a potential disruptor of graphic design industry. Upskilling millions of people in their ability to create and manipulate images will have a profound impact on the economy. These recent advances in AI will surely usher in a period of hardship and economic pain for some whose jobs are directly impacted and who find it hard to adapt. Let's see. AI tools like Chat GPT may actually help workers in creative industries like art and graphic design produce higher quality work. It's more concerned about how the tech will impact wages. He says, in his view, it's less about automation, it's more about democratization and competition, potentially leading to lower wages for people in some of these professions. Accountants. Counting is generally viewed as a stable profession, but even employees in this industry could be at risk. Technology hasn't put everybody out of a job yet, but it does put some people out of a job. Let's see here. He says that intellectual labor could be threatened. This could be lawyers, accountants, he said. It's something new, and it will be interesting to see just how disruptive and painful it is to employment and politics. Y'all, customer service agents. Oh, man. You don't have to deal with no more of them rude customer service agents no more. They about to fix that real quick, right? You've probably already experienced calling or chatting with a company's customer service department and having a robot answer. Man, how many of us still call that doggone automated line? You get that robot, and that robot don't be understanding nothing you be saying. Nothing you be saying. I say a number. I'm sorry, I didn't quite get that. Could you repeat that, please? Man, you be ready to throw your phone across the room. How many times you be speak to a customer service agent? Customer service. I'm sorry, I didn't get that. It's a mess. So I hope y'all got some work to do on that, but I digress. All right, let me see here. You probably already experienced calling or chatting with a company's customer service department and having a robot answer. ChatGPT and related technologies could continue this trend. A 2022 study from the tech research company Gartner predicted that chatbots will be the main customer service channel for roughly 25% of companies by 2027, right? That ain't that far away, y'all. I'm telling you, you better upskill. It's upskill or die around these parts. So yeah, man, I thought that article was pretty interesting. There's another article I want to get into. And I actually knew a few people that actually got jobs at this place when they first were built about 10 or 15 years ago. And when this plant came to Columbia, South Carolina, it was a big deal. Let me get it pulled up right quick. All right, so check it. BMW. When BMW brought that plant, and it's not Columbia, I'm sorry, it's Spartanburg. When BMW brought that plant to Spartanburg is a small town, man. Them people were so happy to get that BMW plant. And I remember that because I used to know some people that used to drive from Augusta, Georgia to Spartanburg, which is where I'm originally from. And I remember talking to them and they were happy because they got these jobs of paying $25 to $30 an hour. Now, $25 to $30 an hour, 10 to 15 years ago in a small town, that's baller money, right? Hell, $25 to $30 right now is baller money to some people, depending on who you're talking about, right? So here we are. BMW taps humanoid startup figure to take on Tesla's robot. Figure's humanoid will be deployed in BMW's manufacturing facility in Spartanburg, South Carolina, the largest automotive exporter in the U.S., which currently employs 11,000 people. They will be integrated into the manufacturing process, including the body shop, sheet metal, and warehouse in the next 12 to 24 months after being trained to perform specific tasks, y'all. This place employs 11,000 people. They about to bring that humanoid up in there. They're going to have the employees probably helping to train the humanoid, right? How many jobs that thing is going to take? Yeah, they might start out with maybe one, two, a few. Then next thing you know, as time progressed, they got more of them, more and more and more, and they starting to decrease the workforce, right? Why? Because they can get these humanoids to come in here and produce this work perfectly, right? They can get these humanoids to come in here and work around the clock, right? Humanoids, they don't need no break. They don't need no off time. They don't got to take no lunch. They can get this production done, save time, save money, right? Let's see. Let's continue reading the article. So this is what it looks like, right? I'm trying to tell you, if I was working at BMW and they told me this thing was coming in to help us, man, y'all better ride together. Every time y'all turn around, the humanoid will be malfunction. I'd be like, man, I don't know what's wrong with this thing. This thing don't work, man. You know what I'm saying? The humanoid is not gonna take my job easy. I'm gonna make hell for the humanoid. That's what y'all need to do at BMW. Don't be helping the humanoid. All right, so let me see. Robotics startup Figure said it has signed a partnership with BMW Manufacturing to deploy its humanoid robots in the car maker's facility in the US, as more companies turn to human-like robots to take on certain physical tasks. This marks the first commercial deal Figure has signed since it was founded in 2022. Y'all, this company ain't but a year old. They ain't but a year old. That is crazy. This company is a year old and they signing contracts with these big companies. This is a big deal, right? While the company didn't disclose how many robots BMW will be using, the partnership will start with small quantities and expand if performance targets have been met. See what I'm saying? They're going to start with a few, try to get some things squashed out, work the bugs out, train them up like they want them. And the next thing you know, them 11,000 employees going to start to dwindle. And look, this is what it says. We have designed the robot to be safe next to humans. Working with BMW on automation in a manufacturing facility is a huge validator for us in the space. Car makers from Honda to Hyundai have been experimenting with humanoid robots to perform repetitive and dangerous work in assembly lines for years. Tesla recently released its latest humanoid in development called the Optimus Gen 2, and Chief Executive Elon Musk predicted 1 billion humanoid robots on Earth in the 2040s. 1 billion, y'all. 1 billion. That's a lot. Dude, there's only like 300 million people in the US, right? Where are we at now? Like 7 or 8 billion people on the planet or something like that? 1 billion humanoid robots? What y'all gonna do with 1 billion humanoid robots? Y'all got some stuff planned. Y'all ain't disclosing yet. 1 billion? That's ridiculous. General purpose humanoid robots with artificial intelligence powered software have received renewed interest from investors as they have potential to move in a wide range of motion and learn to perform new tasks like humans do. Robots currently in use are generally created for specific tasks, and it is not clear if a more flexible robot able to perform a broader array of services will prove viable in a real-life environment. Let's see here. It says that Figure has raised $70 million from investors last year, led by Parkway Venture at a valuation of more than $400 million, y'all. And this company was founded in 2022, and they got a $400 million valuation. So yeah, man, this is crazy. This is crazy. And last article I want to touch on that I saw recently. Let me pull it up right quick. Yeah, man, this thing is coming whether we like it or not. So the only thing you can do, like I said, is get on the right side of it so you ain't looking stupid when iRobot show up to do your job and boss man is telling you to pack up your desk and get up out of here. Right? Last article I want to touch on that I saw recently. Let me pull it up real quick. I wanted to kind of touch on this stuff. It just made me think about it tonight when I went to the gas station and those two chicks would have rather me use the self-checkout instead of letting them check me out. So whenever I go through things like that, I just think, so clueless. You are just giving away your job. You're making it easy for them. You're not even putting up a fight, right? Don't get me wrong. This artificial intelligence, this robotics, all this stuff, it's gonna happen regardless. But do we got to make it so easy for them, though, right? You just gonna give your job away, right? And a lot of people out here, man, you ain't in no position to give your job away because a lot of people that's gonna be negatively affected by all this technology are the very people that absolutely refuse to upskill. They're the very people that absolutely refuse to go and do anything additional to improve their circumstances. Those are the people that's going to be in the worst condition, because those of us out here every day that are upskilling and doing what we got to do to improve for our families will be okay. It's the people that are not making any moves or progress. They're about to catch it. And it's like, I don't feel like they see it. I don't think they see it. At least they don't act like they see it. Not for them to steadily be pushing you to the kiosk, pushing you to the self-checkout, pushing you to the self this and the self that. I don't think they see it. Right? So this is the last article I'm gonna bring up. Hold on one. All right, so this is that article right here. And before I get into the article, let me tell you what happened to me my birthday weekend. I just remembered it. All right, so for my birthday, there was this noodle spot I had wanted to try in town, right? It was like a kind of a noodle house type of spot, right? I'm a little bit of a nerd, whatever. So this is one of my nerdy little spots I want to go to, eat me some ramen noodles, like Naruto and them and all that, right? So I'm in there, get my noodle bowls, really good, by the way. So after me and my husband left the noodle house, I wanted to go to Crumble, right? Because I heard everybody talking about how great this cookie was, right? So as we were coming into the shopping center to go to the noodle house, I noticed there was a Crumble cookie store or whatever in the same shopping center. So I was all excited, like, man, as soon as we leave here, go over there, I'm gonna try some Crumble cookies. So we leave the noodle house, drive over to the Crumble. I looked through the window, right? And I'd never been to Crumble before. I'd only seen their cookies like on social media, right? And heard about it, right? So I looked through the window. I'm expecting it to look like, a regular cookie shop where you can look in there and they got cookies on display and all that. I look in the window. I don't see no cookies on display. You know what I saw? I saw like this machine kiosk that was like making the cookies, like a cookie machine. Man, when I saw that, I was so disappointed. I didn't even want to go in there. I wanted to go into a place where you got all these beautiful, nice cookies laid out or whatever, so I can kind of see what I'm getting. When I saw that it was basically a machine that was baking your cookies, I was like, man, bump that. I don't even want it. Never mind. Totally destroyed my birthday dessert wishes. So I thought that was kind of funny. But anyway, all right, so here we go. This is in Atlanta. Robotic smoothie shop opens in Grady Memorial Hospital, right? Jamba by Blended allows staff, patients, and visitors to enjoy Jamba-inspired, freshly made smoothie options via a fully contactless robotic master, right? And this is actually kind of almost like the setup that the Crumble place had. When I looked in there and I was like, they don't got no cookies on display. They got a doggone machine like spitting your cookies out. Man, I was taking all the fun out of everything the foodies love about food. But yeah, so this is happening, people. This is happening, right? I don't see no person up in there mixing no smoothies. I can't even I don't know what I think about this, man. I don't know what I think. It's good and it's bad all at the same time, right? So yeah, man, I'm just gonna stop there, man. I'm sure there's plenty of other articles out there I can go through, but the moral of the story is don't get caught slipping, man. That's the moral of the story. Don't get caught slipping. Get your skills up. Do not be that person that's packing your stuff, getting fired from your job because you let iRobot take over, man. Because if that happens, that's on you because you had plenty of time to upskill. They've been talking about it for years. It's not like we should know it's coming. We see it all around us everywhere we go. So I'm telling you, do what you got to do. Skill stack, and then stack on top of that. That's what I'm doing. I expect you to do the same. At least I hope you will. But yeah, I thought that was funny, man. My little experience at the gas station and at the Walmart and other places that I'm going. I even went to the drive-through. This was a few months back. I went to the drive-through. It was a Checkers drive-through. I don't know if they have a Checkers where you guys are. It's kind of like Rally's Checkers. I went to the drive-through one day and a robot took my order. It totally threw me off, right? The way they did. I knew it was a robot because of the way it sounded. You could tell by the voice. So it took my order. And so I was like, I ordered, because I was hungry. I ordered, right? So I get to the drive-through and I said, you guys got a robot taking your order? And she was like, yeah, they're trying out something new, blah, 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 whatever. And I was like, man, listen, I hope y'all got a plan. It's coming. It's coming. So, hey, that's where we at, man. Technology is technologying, and I hope you are technologying along with it. Just do what you gotta do to put yourself in a better situation, man. That's all I had. I just wanted to touch on that. Thought it was kind of funny. People out here giving away their jobs. That's all I got, man. Techjob Tina. I'm about to get up out of here. Y'all have a good one. Peace.